Before we get started, what's good, Patreon? How y'all doing? How's everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. We here for episode 6.5. Sam pointed out in the comment section of the most recent episode, or the most recent Patreon episode, that we hit 10 episodes already. Mm-hmm. And this is 12 now, technically.
Yeah.
What up, Sam? Shout out to you. Yeah, it's the time is going by quick, mm-hmm. and we plan on remaining consistent with this podcast thing. We have a good time doing this, good conversation, interesting topics. Mm-hmm. So yeah, appreciate y'all tapping in.
Yeah, for real, bro. It almost doesn't feel like 10. When I seen 10, I was like 10. We didn't do 10 yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's smooth, bro. This is fun.
Yep.
And easy to do as well. Just chop it up with the homie.
Yep. We were just talking about the Khaled track list.
Yeah, we were talking about the Khaled track list and the features on there.
Shit looks crazy.
It does.
I was telling Prince that when I first saw it, I didn't see it on Khaled's page. Mm-hmm. I saw it on like someone else posted it, mm-hmm. and I legit thought it was one of those fan made like wish list type things. I seen Jay-Z, Wayne, and Ross on one track, bro.
Like, okay.
Like, and then I see Eminem and Kanye. I'm like, someone's making this shit. Like someone. Then I went and saw it on his page. I'm like, this guy, he's flexing. He's flexing.
He is flexing, bro, showing that he got that connection. But at the same time, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised because Khaled has always been the one when it comes to albums to get these guys that everyone wants sometimes. Like everyone sees and knows that, yo, these two people or these three people could be good on one track.
Bro.
And
you telling me Kanye and M on a track doesn't surprise you, bro?
That one was the most surprising. As I said, I'm surprised and not surprised at the same time. Yeah. The Jay-Z, Lil Wayne one was surprising too because who was the third? And then Rick Ross. And then I seen Rick Ross in the
John
same
Legend.
Track. Yeah.
It's on the same one
Travis,
too.
Which one?
The same one with Jay-Z and Wayne and Ross. John Legend's on that one too.
I was happy to see Drake there too.
Yeah, another one.
I think that one might be just him on that track. The first track, right?
No Secret.
Because it's just featuring
Drake gave Khaled a track. Just him. Yeah, it's tough, bro. It's the just off the track list alone, it's looking like a problem. I like how he always does this, or he's been doing this recently with his last few albums, where he'll have like a dancehall or like a reggae, type track on there with a bunch of artists. We got Skilly Bang.
Is that the same one Buju was on? The Skilly Bang one?
Yeah, Buju, Capleton, Bounty Killer, Sizzler, all of them.
Yo.
Sizzler, Bounty, Capleton, Buju, Skilly Bang, all of them on one.
Yo.
That one's gonna be crazy too, bro. That one's gonna be crazy too.
Hold up.
We got a Gunna and Roddy Ricch.
The same track?
Same track. That Don Toliver and Travis Scott you were talking about looks crazy.
Yeah, because their sounds mesh so perfectly together.
Future and SZA.
That'd be interesting.
The Toxic King and then
that'd be interesting.
SZA.
Yeah. She gets toxic sometimes with that one track, The Weeknd.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, it's looking like a problem.
It is.
Khaled's doing his thing. Khaled on paper anyway. Mm-hmm. I expect it to translate to the sound and music. But on paper right now, it's looking like a problem. We know the cheat code drops same night, so
you know which one we checking out first.
Yeah, we'll be there for that one, but we gonna check out these Khaled joints too for real. So tap in, we'll be here for them.
I remember we were talking about the FN Mecca, the AI. We were talking about that lightly.
Yeah,
and didn't really have our thoughts really gathered together to give a good to bring it forward to you guys.
Yeah.
So now it's been a few days now since we last spoke about it, but more has happened since. So he got signed by Capitol Records, or they got signed by Capitol Records, and there were people that had mixed feelings about it, and then people that were strongly for it and strongly against it. And so recently now we just hear that Capitol dropped him.
Yep. Backlash.
Dropped him.
I don't like it though. I don't. Okay. So when we were speaking at first, my opinion on it was it's not something I would do, or it's not something I would necessarily support.
Yeah.
But I didn't see an issue with it. Mm-hmm. After going back, or I didn't see an issue with it in terms of it being something that was done. Mm-hmm. I didn't know enough about it. After going back and seeing the details, seeing what certain people were saying about the things that an AI rapper could get away with, especially when it's not known who's behind it, like the person that's actually behind it. I felt more strongly about it in the sense that, I don't think it's something that should be endorsed. Mm-hmm. Not that they could do what they want to do, but I don't think the culture, if you will, should endorse it. And they weren't at all.
Nah.
I think is what I was saying though is I don't necessarily like them being dropped just because of social media backlash. Okay. I feel like that's he should be dropped because the shit should be unsuccessful and no one should fuck with it and they should see that, this is not now he gets dropped. But dropping him just because social media cried about it, I feel like it's like a slippery slope to get on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like that's the reason, not the real reason where it's like, you guys are basically watering down. This might water down the whole rap lane, the culture, you know what I mean? So not that, but because everyone was like, no, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's the reason. I feel like it shouldn't even have got to that point to where social media, and then again, like I'm saying, the acquiescing to everything that social media is gonna cuss about or be mad about is a very dangerous road to go down. You know what I'm saying?
I seen TDE President Punch. He tweeted something. I don't know if this was. It seemed like it was directly related to the whole virtual rapper thing, but he said, we need to protect hip hop. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he was definitely talking about that virtual rapper. But for someone that's in the game, for someone that's running his own label, to know that, this might not, if that's what he's talking about, might not be, this is not the right direction for this to go. And we should definitely stand on, not letting that happen. I was like, I
got a question for you, though.
Okay.
Because based on how you speak, it doesn't seem like you're for it either.
Nah, bro.
Would you feel the same way about an AI producer?
An AI producer?
Like, so the same thing, except they just make beats.
That one, I think that might be different still. I'm not gonna lie to you. It might be different only because I feel like I might hear a beat that I've not never heard before, but a beat that might blow my mind. I'm not saying that it can't be done by a human, just that if it's an AI, it might be more precise with it.
I think I didn't even think that. That's an interesting point. But I just felt like it's because I was thinking about it myself. I'm like, I wouldn't really have a problem with that.
With the producer.
Yeah, the producer, a virtual producer. You could just set it to make beats. It could be running all day generate hella beats. Then I was thinking, does that make me hypocritical? Because I was like, that producing is still an art form. You're still creating art, so like the humanity of it is not there. And I can see how it could work. Like an AI could go through hella samples, chop them shits, and so
it still takes away from the art form. Not gonna lie about that. It still does, but I feel like there's something there that's just making me more accepting.
Yeah, the final product's still gonna have a human connection because you can still gonna need an artist to hop on it and make the song. But
I mean, we've kind of went into computerized music, anyways, because I feel like music started off with just real instruments, and then it came out down to softwares.
Got more and more.
Using drum kits on Final Cut, Fruity Loops and Logic Pro and all that, but still.
Everything, bro. You could even on little GarageBand, you could use little things that are automated to do certain things for you. So it's like, how far is too far? How far is too far?
I need to ask a real producer this, bro. What if they worked alongside with the AI then?
Nah,
like the AI gave them ideas.
I don't think any producers would want to do that.
They don't want to have to ghost producing.
Nah,
that's what it's.
Hey, listen though, how y'all feel about that though? Would it be? First of all, let's know how you feel about the whole what was his name, FN Mecca situation, and what you feel about that. If he should have been signed in the first place, and then with him being dropped, how you feel about him being dropped. And then let's know how you feel if it was a producer. How would you feel about it? So we got a question here that was posed before the podcast, and it was, what is the most dangerous thing you've ever done, and why did you do it? We had this question set before the cameras were rolling. I still don't. Not that I don't have one. I don't know if I have one that I want to. Anyway.
Yeah, that was my first thought. I'm like, yo, I can't say this on the camera.
I can't have this on wax.
Nah,
so.
cannot. But then I thought of something more light. I remember this one time, fam. This what? I'm not gonna make the long story short. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Basically, I almost drowned.
Yeah.
And almost got a collapsed lung. So back home in the islands, there's this tourist spot where some of the locals have never been as well. And I was one of the locals that's never been. So Mom's was down in the islands. We decided to be tourists. And so we went there, and there's this river. And it has like a pool. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a river, but in the center of the river, it's deep.
Yeah.
You could dive from God knows how high.
Yeah.
And survive. And I can't swim.
Yeah.
Can't swim at all, fam.
Still.
We're there with family and a couple family friends. And bruh, this one shorty I came with the family friend. Bad, fam. Baddie, fam.
You trying to impress a girl,
bro? Baddie, I cannot swim, bro.
That's wild. That's different.
My cousin, he could swim, and he was always getting the women, always getting the bitches. I'm like, nah, not this time, nigga. Walked up that fucking, it's like a cliff.
Yeah.
Walked up it. I'm looking down.
Don't tell me you dove into that shit. You can't swim,
fam,
bro.
I'm looking down.
That's wild. That's insane. You know
it was
how
my one
focused. Chance. You know how focused on getting you gotta be to dive. Not even just go in the water. Bro, I'm about to say you dove.
Bro, at those times I wasn't even thinking about smashing.
You tried to dive in the pussy.
Yo,
literally
little steps, fam. Walked up the cliff. My cousin jumps off. I'm looking down. Family's around. They're surrounding my If anything, they got me. They could come get me. If anything, I'm in there. They're there. They could dive in and save me. No, bro. That's what I was thinking, fam. I was thinking they gonna save me.
That's wild to me, dog.
Fam, I looked down. It took me at least 2 minutes before I decided, fuck it.
Oh, you didn't do it?
I did it. Fuck it. Do it.
This guy.
I jumped, fam. I jumped.
That's wild.
Not just jumped. Not cannon. Belly flop. That's why my lungs almost gave up with me, dog. I flew, fam. Arms wide open. Take me. Then I diving, fam. Dove. First thing that got hit, my chest.
Yeah.
I went down. I swam back up. I actually made it to shore by myself. I did the doggy paddle, fam. That was the only thing I knew how to do. Swam back up, did the doggy paddle, got to shore, chilling. I'm just sitting down. I can feel the pain, but I'm acting like I'm good because everyone's like, yo, you actually just did that and swam.
Yeah.
Nigga, my lungs is done. When we were done, we were there for 2 weeks. That pain did not go away for a week. My lungs could have been collapsed, and I would not have known, fam.
Hey.
I did it all to impress a shorty, and she was not impressed.
Because you doggy paddled back to the shore. She seen you doggy paddling, bro.
Maybe. She was not impressed, bro.
Bro, that's different.
Yeah, I almost. That was
Prince, that's actually different, bro.
Man couldn't swim.
Bro, you know what it takes to jump. Hey, listen. For someone, if you out there, you can't swim, you know what it is to even... Not dive. Forget diving. Just to get in the water. Normally, walk into the water.
Yeah, fam.
To dive from a height into deep water, knowing you can't swim, is some wild shit.
I know people were there to save me, fam. If anything.
This guy.
That was my mindset, fam.
Yo,
I put my life on the line
insane.
to impress a shorty at 16. I was 16.
Hey, yo.
That was it, fam.
Nah, you're different.
That was it still. Shorty was not impressed. She was asking me, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. It's a little sting.
Bro, so the pain just subsided eventually?
After a week.
Yeah, okay.
But the entire week, I'm like, yeah, I definitely have a collapsed lung. I'm just not going to complain about it.
This guy said I'm not going to complain about it.
Nigga, now I don't know. If I'm leaving over one lung.
This guy, bro.
But yeah,
still smoking.
Hell yeah. That was not the most, but that was one of
a dangerous thing you did.
Yeah,
and that's why you did it.
That was why I did it, fam.
something dangerous that I did that I can.
You're
I
willing
wish
to
I
share
wish
it?
I could share something with y'all, bro.
What's the craziest thing you've done to impress a shorty?
Funny thing is, I haven't really done that much crazy things to impress a shorty. What I've done in my past when it comes to females, bro, I've driven long distances.
Yeah. I feel like every guy has done that early.
I've done
in
it
their
too
life.
much. I've done it too many times. That to the point where it's like,
You gotta question yourself.
yeah, it's just like, bro, like too many times I've had to question what I just did. Hey, yo,
I know what it is. Bro.
it's just like, you're at Shorty's place. I'm in the bathroom, like, what are you doing? Like,
yes, looking in the mirror,
like,
having this conversation with yourself.
Bro, go home, dog. Like so it's not so much crazy shit to impress a girl, but like just
that's how far you went.
Yeah, just like, bro, if you're from like the area,
if you're
like,
from the ends,
you know certain places in Scarborough. Not Scarborough as a whole has a certain reputation, but there's certain parts of Scarborough. Anyway, this one girl, this is like a year or two out of high school.
Yeah.
This one girl I was talking to, she added me on Snapchat from. We had gone to, there was a function that I went to and she was there. Mm-hmm. And instead of getting the number, we exchanged Snapchat. Yeah. So over like a week, we're like going back and forth talking on Snapchat. Mm-hmm. All now, bro, even like at like meeting her, I didn't know she stayed in those ends. Yeah. Like I didn't know. So we're just talking and one day she says, we organized a movie. We're gonna go see this movie.
Yeah. What's
the mall? Scarborough Town Center? STC. Yeah, so we're going to go see a movie there. I got to go pick her up first.
Is that when you sent me your location? You're like, yo, just in case, fam?
There's been a couple. Maybe. So I had the GPS going.
Yeah.
As I'm getting closer and I'm making certain turns, I'm realizing where I'm headed. Like, but I can't turn back because dark. Shorty has sent me some snaps. Prior.
That's the reason the man couldn't turn back.
She had sent me some previews, bro. So it was too late.
Nigga said the trailer got me.
I had to go see a movie. I already bought the ticket, bro. Yo, so I'm headed there. I'm making these turns. And then mind you, I had some experience around Scarborough because I had been out there for some stuff. Like, so I had spent time out there.
Yeah.
So I'm making certain turns and I'm realizing where I'm headed now. I'm like, I'm headed into.
Yeah.
So yo, reached the crib. Well, the GPS showed me like what just fell. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, wherever I stopped, when the GPS said the place was like, it was like 4 houses ahead. Yeah. I stopped before I got to the house just in case. Because again. This is the second time I'm meeting her. Just off, the first time was at the function. All I knew is Shorty had it. And I need the snap, got the snap. I don't really know much about her. Like, her as an individual. Mm-hmm. So I get to the spot, bro. I'm on the road. And I'm like 4 houses down.
Yeah.
And I text her. I let her know. No, I didn't text her yet. A cop car, like I stopped. I pulled over. A cop car, I seen it in my rear view. It passes me. And it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it. And it's moving slow too. Like, so I'm watching it just to see if anything's gonna happen. Nothing happens. They keep going. So I text her. Remember the cop car. Yeah. So I text her. I'm like, I'm outside.
Yeah.
And she's like, 1 second, give me like 5 minutes or whatever. I'll be out there in a second.
Nigga said 5 minutes.
But the thing that had me tripping about that, normally a girl telling you to wait is not a problem. The thing that had me tripping, bro, is she had already said she's ready. Like on the way there, we were talking, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm just ready, waiting for you." So now she's saying, "Give me 5-10 minutes, I'll be." Now I'm like, is this girl trying to set me up? Like I'm here. So I'm like paranoid. I'm looking around. As I'm waiting for her, I look in my rearview again. The same cop car. Yeah. I think it's the same cop car. Is there, bro? Mind you, at this point there was another car in front of me, like a little bit up, like in front of her spot.
House, yeah.
So it was right. So I'm watching that car too because the lights were the rear lights were on and then they went off. So I didn't know if someone was in it or if someone had pressed the remote. But that car is active. Like, so that car is in my mind. The cop car is behind me again.
Yeah.
The cop car turns on its lights. I'm so sure that because it's behind me still. I'm so sure they're about to come and say something to me. They go and they go to the car that's in front, and they stop that car. There's something ended up happening with that situation anyway. But just the whole experience, bro, just putting myself like, yo, bro, the neighborhood I was in, it was all trap houses, bro. Like there was no house looked like, you know, the normal residential. It looked like a block of trap houses, dog. It just
niggas in the trap block.
And then, bro, so she tells me, she messaged me, she's like, I'm outside, I don't see it, blah blah. I
pull up, drive slow.
As all this is going on, the cop is still there with dude that was in the still harassing. Not harassing. I don't know if he was harassing him, but dealing with him. That's all still going on.
Yeah.
So she hops out, looking crazy. Hey,
he said it's worth it.
Yo. She was wearing a dress too. Who wears a dress to the movies?
You know what it is.
Anyway, so she hops out. She gets in the car. Funny thing is, she knew the dude that was getting. She knew them. That was a bad sign to me as well. From that moment, bro. From the moment she got in the car, and you know what I'm saying, we said what's up, and she told me, she's like, oh shit, they're fucking with blah blah blah. Like, so she showed me. That moment, I decided right there, this is the last time I'm
ever seen Shorty.
And so I made it up in my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna make this night go but I'm not seeing this girl again because I'm not coming back to these ends. And she's connected because she knows. So she's not just this girl that just lives in it. She knows. So I'm like, yo, I am not about to get associated with you. I am not about to get involved in what you involved in. We about to go see this movie.
That's it.
And whatever happened, but I'm not seeing you again. Bro, we went and saw the movie. Everything was good. Got back in the whip. I'll save you all the details on that last part. It wasn't all good, though. It was.
Nigga said disclaimer.
It wasn't all good. But yeah, bro. Dropped her back and never saw her again.
You felt uncomfortable in that situation?
Bro, that's not even the word. Uncomfortable ain't even the word. Bro, I felt like I was being set up. And I still...
Maybe you got big bro, fam. Maybe you got saved. Maybe that car was supposed to.
You know, I thought that's the. I forgot to. I thought that after I thought that, I'm like, yo, what if that car was? What if I was the mark? That car was the. They were just there waiting for me to pull up.
Yeah.
Get out. They come out.
Yeah.
And then, that's crazy. I had that thought before, but the way she was moving didn't seem like it.
Let me ask you this. Without looking it up, why do you think we feel nostalgia? And what always makes you feel nostalgic?
Nostalgia. To be fair, full disclosure, I did some reading on nostalgia a while back. So some of what I say won't be just me assuming it might be from some stuff I read. I don't remember exactly, but I think it's associated with you know, you're talking about like the feeling of nostalgia, like what triggers it?
Yeah.
I think it's just your memories are attached to certain things, bro. Certain experiences, certain feelings, certain smells, like scents, even certain sounds. And so when we associate those things, those sensory things, whether it's a scent, a sound, seeing something, or a combination of all of them, if we experience a lot of that during a certain time of our lives, we now associate that with that time in our lives. And so when later in our life, when those things happen to mix in whatever way, you immediately get a flashback because they're literally attached to that memory. I love nostalgia. I'm guilty of overrating things because of nostalgia. Like I'll perceive things, art forms, whatever, as snacks, anything, whatever. I'll perceive it as better than it actually is because I have a nostalgic feeling attached to it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you have that connection to it. Like, yo, this, whatever anybody says, this is what this is.
Yeah. Like, for example, even video games like GTA, San Andreas, very nostalgic for me. They released like a remastered version a while back, and I got it and I was playing it. I'm like, it's good for its time, but it's not.
Didn't feel the same.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe San Andreas is not the best example because it's actually a pretty good game. But even with everything, bro, and I feel like that's something that people do. It's funny we got this question because there was a tweet and they're talking about movies and they were like we overrate certain movies because of nostalgia, and that was like the point of the thread that they were going through. They're breaking down certain films and why they're not that great, but we overrate them because of nostalgia. Even the other day, I don't know if you've seen this movie, remember this movie, Deliver Us from Evil. You never seen that? That's a good movie.
Sounds like a horror.
Actually, no, it's not. Gabrielle Union's a star in it. Gabrielle Union, LL Cool J's in it. Gabrielle Union's in it. LL Cool J.
I think I was supposed to watch this, bro.
Deliver Us from Evil. I just told you it's a good movie. There you go again. So the other day, my girl had never seen it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, I'm hyping the movie like crazy. Yeah. I'm like, yo, this movie's sick. I remember the nostalgia. That's not nostalgia.
You're watching this shit like, what the fuck?
It wasn't what the fuck. It was like, this is a cute, decent movie, but it wasn't crazy like how I was describing it, and that's because of nostalgia, you know.
Hold up.
So that's nostalgia for me, bro. I love it, but I do understand that it allows people to overrate things or not see things in an objective way because of their attachment to it. You know.
I feel that.
But I value it though. Nostalgia is it's such a good feeling, bro. Like when something just brings you back to like a simpler time, a good time, and you can just, even if it's for a moment, you can almost be in that time. Like while I was watching the movie, I was just there like it was me at whatever age again, seeing this. And there were certain scenes. There was this one scene where Shorty was wearing this spaghetti strap top. Yeah. And I was like, yo, as a young boy, I remember that shirt. Bro, just the shirt Shorty was wearing, like, and my girl's like, you're a pervert. Just the shirt she was wearing, I remember as a young boy being like, yo, that's...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now I'm seeing it, and it was like, yo, that shit had me. Yeah. That shit had me when I was... Yeah, nostalgia's dope, bro. I love nostalgia.
So, would you say that, because it sounds like there's a mix of, like a flashback, and I feel like nostalgia is more like a feel.
Yeah.
Would you say it's more of a flashback or a feel? Like a flashback to a moment or a feel of, for example, when I listen to Trust Issues or Marvin's Room, when I hear those, I don't really get a flashback. I'll get flashbacks of moments where I listen to it, but it's more of like this brings me back, and it brings that setting, like that feeling right back to that, especially if I'm driving. It brings that setting right back to this present moment, and it's like a feel. To me, nostalgia is like, it's almost like an emotion, but it's not considered an emotion. Like you feel it, but it's not considered emotion.
I get it.
So
I get it. Flashback and feel. I would say it can be both. It can be one or the other. It can be a mixture of the two. Like, I just had an example. I just lost it.
Because you mentioned certain scents even.
Yeah.
And that brings flashbacks to me. Like if I smell something, I'll be like, yo, I remember smelling this shit when I was there at this moment. Is that also nostalgia, or
for me it can be? I understand the flashback thing. It can be a flashback thing, but I've had nostalgia or nostalgic feelings off of a smell before. Like one time, when I was in high school, like when I was in like the 11th grade. So there was this girl I talked to in like 7th, 8th grade, bro. Like young, super young shit. But she had this body spray that she always used, and yo, to this day, anyway, when I was in high school, when I was in like the 11th grade, mind you, I moved. I did a lot of moving around in my life. So I'd moved away from this girl, like different country, everything. Yeah. And I was in 11th grade, bro. I'll never forget. I was in the hallway at school, and I was walking, and I was walking. I don't know who the girl was. The hallways were packed. But I was walking. This girl, it had to be a girl. Yeah. They were walking the other way. And I smelled the body spray, and I looked back. I was like, I wanted to like
put a face or
who dare put this? You know what I'm saying? But immediately, it wasn't just a flashback. Like immediately, the smell took me back to like not just the girl, but like the time, bro. Like the and how, not even just the time as well, like my surroundings, but how I felt like younger me, how I felt at the time. it was definitely a nostalgic thing for me. Flashbacks as well, for sure, but definitely nostalgic as well. Man, I'm so grateful for nostalgia because I feel like so many, not just memories, but so many memories and feelings would be lost if not for nostalgia, if not for them being attached to certain things. And so it's a concept, it's a thing that I'm really grateful for. I have a lot of good moments with it, man.
It's amazing, bro. It's amazing what the it's amazing what the mind or the brain could do to help you either remember certain things or have a good feeling about something that happened in your past. And nostalgia seems like one of those devices that your body's like, yo, remember this, bro? We were living then, fam. We were living, or we were hurt. Yeah. Or we were stress-free.
It makes me wonder, though, because you hear stories about, traumatic, you hear stories about, like, traumatic things happening to people, like, in their past, whether it's their childhood or just their distant past. Yeah. And you hear that the brain can block out memories. So, like, the person literally can't remember that thing because it was so traumatic that their brain has blocked it out completely.
To protect them,
And it's like, it's like, yo, is there anything that I've forgotten? Because there's that, but then there's also the fact that that feeling of nostalgia can unlock that. You could be in a situation where that shit gets unlocked because of certain things that are attached to that memory. So smells, feelings, sounds, images, whatever that are attached to that.
Funny enough.
The brain's just a crazy thing, especially when you there's many different areas. You can go into like experiments that were done. This is on record, by the way, I'm not making this up, by like certain areas of government on people to unlock parts of their brain and certain triggers that people have, and it's just wild how the brain works, bro. Association and stuff.
Funny enough, dreams kind of work the same way, where you'll have a dream, like today you woke up and you knew your dream, but you can't remember it, right? And then 5 days down the line, something happens that clicks and it opens up that dream door, and you're like, yo, I had this dream like 5 days ago. It's the dream I was trying to remember. And it's crazy how the brain just makes you're in a position or in a setting where something happens, and it might not even be the dream that you had 5 days ago. It might be the dream you had 2 months ago that you just remembering because something happened to unlock that door. And it's just dope, bro.
Nah, the brain's a powerful thing. We gonna wrap here because we're kind of running on time, but I'll give a little teaser. We might get into this for the next Patreon episode. But I was reading this thing, and it was saying that the body belongs. No, I wasn't reading it. It was from a video I saw. I got them too mixed up. Anyway, there was this thing that was suggesting that the body belongs not to you, but to your brain.
Yeah, I believe.
And you and your brain are not the same thing. Like,
okay,
it's hard to explain. It's like,
I get what you're saying. Like, you control it up here, but everything else, wait, say it again.
Your body
belongs to your brain.
It doesn't belong to you. Like, you.
Okay.
You know, like when I say you, I mean your essence, your being, your spirit. It belongs to your brain. Like your brain and you aren't the same thing. Just like you and your arm isn't this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, you're inhabiting the body. Your brain is part of the body, but your brain controls the rest of the body. And so it was just really interesting. It was talking about how you can manipulate the brain in order to benefit you. It was wild. It was blowing my mind when I was hearing it. Yeah, it was crazy. And there's like many different things that branch off of that as well, like how people could achieve almost superhuman abilities, like how they can withstand certain conditions because of how they train their brain. Like, it's wild.
It's like your brain is the landlord, you're just a tenant, bro. And you just gotta. Yeah, the brain is crazy, bro. Even lifting my hands, my brain is telling but it's just automatic.
And then and then what I just popped in my head just now is like, okay, you can manipulate the brain, but the brain knows you're manipulating it. Like, it's
I'm allow you.
Inception.
It's like hacking the brain almost.
It's wild. Yeah. It's wild.
I read one more thing. I want to say this. I read something somewhere that said the brain named itself.
Yeah,
and when I read that, I was like, Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
too.
dope.
Yeah, it's funny.
Said, I'm gonna name me.
Man, it's interesting. I'm gonna get my thoughts together about this last little topic we touched on and bring some interesting info to next week's. But yeah, that stuff's mad interesting. Shout out to y'all for tapping in episode 6.5. We'll be here for the JID reactions and the Khaled reactions that are dropping. Tap in for that. Appreciate y'all watching. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.